Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ridgeway's Bar and Restaurant here in Hong Kong Island. I'm Ed Pigson for Vintage Sports, and with me is Mark Wilson. And the air is filled with tension and excitement here at Ridgeway's because tonight we're going to have the start of a one-of-a-kind match, and a very interesting one of that, between two of the world's best Q wielders in the persons of Efren Reyes of the Philippines and Earl Strickland of the United States of America. Efren Reyes is known as the Magician. He's a finesse player, while Earl Strickland has been known as the $1,000,000 Man. He is a power player. Now, Mark, given those particular descriptions of these two players, to whose advantage would it be in this kind of a format?
Well, sometimes the conservative player, the one that doesn't make any unforced turnovers, has a little bit of an edge in a high-tension match.
Would you say that these contrasting styles of Efren and Earl would make for a very exciting match?
Oh, definitely. This is the feature match, and the whole world has been looking forward to this match.
Well, as Mark said, the whole world has been looking forward to this match. I'm sure you are too. So without further ado, we'll have this match rolling.
The format of the match will be, we're going to play a race to 35 games today, and this is a lengthy match. Tomorrow when they come back, they're going to go to 70 games. So from whatever the score that we have today, the score will carry over. It'll be cumulative, and the Saturday finals will be 50 games, so that the final total score of the games needed to win this match will be 120 games. The prize will be $100,000 U.S., winner take all. Tonight we have two of the universally regarded premier 9-ball players ever to chalk a cue. Competitor number one holds 5 world championship titles. He recently won $1 million for running 10 consecutive racks in a tournament match. Let's please welcome the offensive juggernaut, Earl Strickland. Competitor number 2 hails from Manila in the Philippines. Always regarded as the player to beat in any tournament or match. Virtually no one has ever beaten him over an extended match. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Efren Reyes. Thank you, and let's get started. Could we please have Bob Moore come up and congratulate each of the players and wish them good luck.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the very electric. Everybody's anticipating a great match.
We have Efren set the break the first rack, the opening rack.
Tough luck for Efren. Cue ball went into the side pocket, so, and the position of the ball certainly looks like it's not going to be a difficult task for
game. Now this is what Efren has to do to win, and if he can turn shots like this around, that's what he needs to do to win this match. Made a nice hit. Yeah,
correct.
He kicks to the right side of the ball for favorable things to turn out. Now Earl's opened up his inning with a terrific shot. He had to play a Karen. Made a great shot.
Yeah. There's what they're playing at this juncture. Would you say that that's an accurate statement?
Well, he'll be the best player.
Well, remember, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the first day of tomorrow, another 35 to make it 70. And a total of 120, so 50, a race to 50 on the third night.
So Mr. Strickland has won the first game. Now, he possesses an absolute dynamite break. In this area, we think that he has a slight edge. And as you could hear, that was a crushing break, and I would estimate that to be in the vicinity of 20. Right. He treats it as a sport. He exercises.
Does Efren Reyes want to do at this juncture?
Well, he's declined the shot. Well, my first prediction of the day is
Especially he's faced with a difficult shot as that.
Well,
As we said, they'll probably loosen up, and
the pride value here is far greater. If they were playing for nothing, they'd be playing just as hard because of golf.
you've mentioned golf a couple of times.
Games are very similar. It's a stroke and a swing, and you try to take a slow backswing just around the greens. The pool players tend to be pretty good in their short games.
Seems to me you've been.
I'd like them to be.
Well, this gentleman, certainly, Efren Reyes, has had a lot of time to perfect his skill at this game. Started off very young, practically lived to also come into play here.
Yeah, endurance would be a big factor. Efren's hit his second break much better. You notice how the cue ball died, and that reveals that all the air. And as you can see, he held that problem with playing off other balls.
Well, it's a basic game that Filipinos of Manila and the Philippines. He's got his nerve. Efren Reyes puts away.
What a wonderful break that
Oh,
was.
yes.
He had the cue ball absolutely stopped until it was.
Let's see how it fares here.
Well, he. Oh, terrific
Oh,
shot.
great shot. Oh,
Nothing's ever easy, nor can it be taken for granted. And as soon as you let it just slightly, you'll miss.
So concentration is a big factor here. Got a very appreciative crowd here at Ridgeways who certainly knows their pool. But as Mark Wilson pointed out, one small mistake can do to him in this kind of a format.
Pitches are short enough that he doesn't have time to allow his skills to override a few fortunate shots. And Earl steps to the table, makes a terrific shot to establish yourself at the table. To establish control to take that ball, and then maybe if you have to play safe on the preceding shot, so be it. On the rail.
So what would he want to do at this?
All the way across the table, he could just tick the 8 and pocket the 9 on the following shot. And absolutely no problem. He's been practicing in the house 8.5 hours per day.
Wow.
And I'm here to tell you, he takes this match very serious. I know since we've arrived in town, he's either slept or been hitting balls in preparation for this.
That's pretty serious.
Another dynamic break, and you can see the cue ball had little sights. We try to put the cue ball below the 2. The 1 ball in the end rail.
Oh,
These very situations that Efren needs to turn around in order to win this match.
in his career.
An absolute fantastic shot. The ball had just left for Earl, Efren, right below the 2 ball again. Yeah.
That's where he puts it. Life isn't very easy for Efren these days.
No, he's really got it buried in there this time, and Efren's going to have to really pull a rabbit out of his hat even to hit this ball. He's going to have to create some angles that just aren't there right now by using massive spin. Hitting downward with probably extreme low and a little bit of left.
Efren, though, is
Earl's made a real nice 4-rail position shot. He took quite a bit of power, and he laid it in there just nice.
That says a lot when it needs to be laid back.
Well, he hasn't.
The third game.
Meaner. Earl, you definitely. He's hit the break pretty good, and he really wasn't rewarded.
Cool players. Oh.
Ways. Efren spin shots as opposed to the power game. He has the power game, he just chooses not to use it all the time, and it's a little.
Has characterized the career of Efren Reyes. Means is he the younger of this these two competitors? He's actually 42 years old. Earl is 35. I think in those terms.
You know, in the career of a pool player, and experience in matches like this, it would be hard to find anybody that's patient into every shot, every rack of every game. Let me assure you, you're going to be tired. And so much so that pro players practicing by themselves, that's a real problem. And he can take a little gamble here, because even if he doesn't get the breakout, he should obtain some type of a safety play on the ball. He's going to try to move the cue ball just 2 inches ahead to stick it to the 8. He had an opening for the pocket, or if he wants to get close to the 5. So I think we're going to see him lay off the speed a little bit. No, he's wound up, and he's going to attack the 7. We're going to see a 3-rail kick. No, he's taking an intentional foul. Yeah, terrific shot. Yeah. Another great shot.
Now we're trying to get game match.
Now there you see the result of breaking from the side. It sends that one ball side player's advantage. He's going to have to push out.
Just called for a push.
Yeah, you can even hear the sigh in his voice. Sometimes you'll even see some of these players kick at balls when they're not forced to, just because the turnaround of push out is never to your advantage. I think this was a good decision on Efren's part to ultra soft speed.
I tell you, he makes a very fast decision.
Opportunity there, and possibly risk losing the game, but consequently the reward.
Well, probably the measure when to play it safe.
Absolutely, yeah. You can't always play conservative in this game. He's an excellent tactician. No, I win already. And at
That's
first,
the attitude.
I didn't know what he meant, and he's absolutely a non-egotistical guy. But
Oh, yeah.
he's just stating a fact that he knows that he's going to hear. I think he's looking at playing some play. No, he was playing it real first, and he wasn't playing for safety. He was playing for the
Advantage.
percent area, where I think that it's very difficult to run these balls out there. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with it, so I'm not certain that we're going to see a run out here. No, center cueing is generally preferred for this. Made a nice try, and to make matters worse, he
very aggressive, and he gets so excited with the.
when he's playing his best, he has a 2 practice swing and go method, and it works quite well. beat anybody.
I guess it's really very important to establish that sort of a setup just before you go.
Yeah, the pause right before you shoot, where you double check through the cue ball.
Follow through just like that.
Now need up, and that translates to more power. But maintain that long swing with accuracy.
Level of play that we're witnessing here. Promoter of this match, Mr. Bob Moore of Ridgeways.
He's enjoying this quite a bit.
That makes two of us.
Yeah, I would have flown. The opportunity to work with you and to be part of this is a tremendous honor for me.
It's an immense pleasure to be here, Mike. And I tell you, just
to instruct the referee how he wants things done, and he does. He likes things that precise. That's the way he conducts himself, and we're going to see a mass ace, right? Oh, and he hit a terrific shot.
Here, kept track, Mike.
Ed, I saw you marking the score, so I thought I would pass. You know, when you talk about the score, forward to participating, and the entire sport and all the billiard world wins at this event.
Certainly the awareness of being created, but
it looks like it should not be a problem for him to take care of the remaining 5 balls on the table. Speed to go in the pocket cleanly. Even if he hits one slightly errantly, at that speed reduced. 2 relatively easy balls for him. And he's in total command.
This is Efren's game. Game's tied at 6 games apiece, and there's that. Oh.
Well, that was a ball-crushing break, and he made the 9 on the break to win the game, so it's now 7-6. Well, he's hit a good break again.
And he and Earl are almost even. They're
he's won some very impressive matches against Earl as well. And very judicious goes into the 6th ball, leaving him a big pocket down there, so he didn't have to have ideal position in the 2, and that afforded him the opportunity.
Oh,
terrific shot!
What a shot by Earl.
So he gives himself a couple ways to win here. You can see he had a pretty good volume and speed. It's like 40s here. No, he played offense. And I think the reason that he chose to play offense as opposed to a defensive shot, and possibly force Earl into an offensive opportunity. An absolute terrific bank. He had the bank would be.
Well, we're certainly seeing not even halfway through the match.
And that was a pretty good speed and bumped the 9 out of the dominance. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Efren just signed a nice contract with Nucci-Q's, and I'm sure that they're going to get a lot of acclaim from the fact that the greatest player on earth plays with a Nucci-Q.
Has there been a lot of
research and development? Most of the cue makers are content to produce a cue that that simulates a one-piece hit. Beautiful bank shot. Break open the 7 and the 9. He has a pretty sheer at the breakout. He's going to come out with a position that he can play safe or make another bank shot. Boy, couldn't have hit it any better.
As you mentioned, Mark, both of these players make very fast decisions in front of the pool table. Is there a way that some
Experience to draw upon, and for them, the decisions are
9-ball challenge between Efren Reyes of the Philippines and Earl Strickland of the United States?
another terrific break. A much improved area. Be on their feet for some time.
That's true.
You might have saw 3 or 4 games elapse before Efren would even get another good turn at the table.
One of the rare times that Efren backed away from a shot.
Peaks out. A lot of stress on these guys. Oh, what a terrific shot that was. And by no means out of the woods. Absolute another tremendous shot. He's made so many hard shots.
Strickland's speeches is also a bit of a one-upmanship.
He tries to build himself up. Tremendous out.
For mere mortals, that
Knows what to expect. Another tremendous break. It's lining up the jump. A jump bank.
Oh boy.
A jump bank shot. That's about Mac.
Well, as you said, he seems to play on situations, and he's showing that to full extent here.
He's got. Okay. Another tremendous break. It's hard to tell from our vantage point. Played the combination.
Got it.
Called the ball or threw balls with the cue ball.
Rotation's not as popular in the States as it is in the Philippines.
No, it isn't. Hit the cue ball, but if he hits the proper side, he may even be rewarded with a game-winning shot.
Cool.
Made a, yep, he made a good. He's a very firm believer of that.
Well, Efren just acknowledged it with a grin.
Frankly,
I'm telling you, it makes the match even more interesting.
some of the Americans, they really they show a lot of emotion.
Let it all hang out, huh?
Yeah. He's looking at the kick safety here. I think he's going to try to stick the cue ball right there where the 6 is, and by coming into the rail and then hitting the 6. Now he played the 6 into the 9 to stop the cue ball, and that's a little.
It's not too much of a difficult shot for him, but let's see.
Look at that cut shot. Spectacular. Yeah, that was some good confidence to spin that ball in.
2-game lead.
He might be playing a 2-rail bank shot. No, he chose the safety. Another great offense.
And faces now, Mark?
No, he's in good shape. I tell you, I pass along a little incident. He's very temperamental about conditions. And when we had first arrived here, he says, and I'm not saying he did anything wrong, but the pockets weren't shaped properly, and he even took a razor himself, and ended up he slightly cut his finger. There's an example of a perfect break. The cue ball stopped dead in the middle of the table.
Well, Earl.
You know, it's truly amazing. It's so easy, that you don't realize the high.
At this juncture, Mark, what?
I can assure you he's not worried. He's thinking about his next turn at the table. He's not concerned with what goes on here. He really hasn't played poorly. His break hasn't been as potent as Earl's has. The one goes in the side again. Boy, that'll be a big asset for us. It went very close.
Yeah.
He's made the 8. Or he may try that. Your opponent not missing a darn ball. Efren made a terrific hit.
That kind of situation.
Judicious about their shot selection.
Don't you get a little rusty after?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, the conservative position. But absolutely, you've lost your rhythm. If you're struck with the thought right before you play.
Well, certainly.
Yeah, once again, this is a game that enough that he was able to create himself a shot and run out. Run out from the break. Really, the whole game was set up by his devastating break.
5-point or 5-game advantage. And more interesting situations to occur.
Another dynamic break.
Yeah.
Position down on the 3 ball on the end rail where his legs hanging. Chose to go with extreme top. Looks like he used some soft left English and try to hook the cue ball. A terrific shot.
Oh, yes.
Terrific shot. He couldn't do as much with the cue ball as he would have liked position. What a tremendous shot that was. Yeah, that, and his absolute forte is execute. No problems.
Mark Wilson was
Frequency.
It's going there.
Yeah, there he got it. Here comes the 2 right down by the cue ball. And look at this.
Ooh, gets his turn.
You can't really say that this is a must-win rack, but it would certainly be nice for Efren to, after sitting there.
I know for a fact that it takes sitting there for about 15-20 minutes just looking at your opponent certainly will take a lot out of you.
Straight pool. And in that game, he made 98 consecutive balls. His command of this game of pool. The way he moves the cue ball.
Efren Reyes tries.
Earl poses the big threat, the big hammer at a tournament. So, and not that he doesn't make his own bed sometimes and kind of get people rooting against him. It burned him many times. Well, there's a patented power shot.
This is face in his hands.
A little bit of power on this shot. And he played it the smart way rather than try to come back on top of it, risk a blind pocket because he got to shoot out away from the rail.
Oh, he said it's pretty accurate.
My prediction is he's going to move the 9 ball and rail to rail possibility. He's got the 9 ball pretty good. This type shot's played with enough speed that the cute 9 ball could go 2 cushions and make pretty good crisp speed. And we'll chalk one up for tactics that time.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say really not witnessed a match of this length for with the stakes riding on them like we have here, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out over 3 days. And so even the best breakers have a 1/3 failure rate, and it's just out of their control. Okay. Don't think unless it's a cut in the side. Oh, yeah, the angle was a little bit deceiving. A little bit of backspin.
Ooh.
And you can see by where the cue ball went. He needed to hit that outside portion of the pocket in order to maintain the angle that he was looking for. And Efren's hit a massive backspin shot. In other words, and he's logging that away mentally, the reaction that he got from the cloth there. And by the end of the week, along and the humidity piles up and the wear on the cloth piles up, the table's actually going to change, and it's going to be a much...
And the match is just the point of the match, let's say on the second night, where you could call a lead safe.
Pretty telling point by midway tomorrow night. Efren just received a ball and obtained ideal position. And this is a byproduct of the game, and hopefully the length of the match will take care of that for both sides. You know, 9-ball worldwide, so if luck was much of a part of it, you wouldn't have somebody that had that command over the game. Now we've had little bad eyes to break them out, and the lay of the balls precludes him from bumping into him at any point during the run out, so he's going to have safety. Minimizing his risk, this rack, in front of a situation like this. They don't make the routine shots getting there because they know the guys.
Well, you can see that Earl Strickland has a lot of patience in him, and he had to wait it out.
Off the 7-ball. He's chosen the 2-rail position. And
for a while there, he was talking to himself.
That's going to benefit the power break, which is Earl. He has things occur to him that maybe appear to be a little bit careless, but he kind of feeds off that. Sometimes things turn out well for him. Here we get to see a beautiful position play. Efren brought the cue position for the 5. And he's executed it perfect, and used a little draw to avoid bumping the cue ball into the 5.
Placement is certainly something to marvel at.
Yeah, his position check. Yeah.
Reyes trying to get back.
Get the cue ball square up.
Hasn't had too much luck with the break here, Mike.
No, he's just a little short in the power department. That's the real. Yeah. Look at that shot.
Oh, yeah.
He's rewarded if he does make the shot. He's got the potential to win the game. By no means was the 2-ball an easy shot. The way it looked there for a while, it looked like it might be lights out the way Earl had his offense going. It's only sputtered just a little bit, and
But it's from one to the other.
absolutely.
Several times, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think ultimately what's going to tell the tale is one, Earl's going to have the edge big in the break department. And I think in the position of safety play, I think this is, if you notice, Efren, he's the master of position. By no means is Earl a poor position player. By no means. He in his position and safeties.
Well, that's why a long, hard look at this match. I guess the possibilities. Oh, Efren Reyes has just narrowed the gap to just a 1-game lead here for Earl Strickland. ball to the side pocket.
Yeah, as soon as I say that, he makes the bank.
Let me make a correction there. The score is 15-13.
No, a little harder than I anticipated. Side. Shot here, especially with obtaining position. Yeah, the balls weren't laying proper for him. Now he's in just pure offensive mode. That could show us a left-handed stroke, nearly identical to his right-handed stroke.
To develop that through the years.
That was by no means. There's the one ball in the side pocket. That's going to be a big boost for us.
Certainly a lot better than what he has come up with the previous times.
What a tremendous shot.
Oh, yeah.
To deal with in this rack. I know that he's already played it in his mind. I just can't. It must go. He's queuing up. It must go in there. Rail. Maybe not have to deal with the 9. Yeah, just one rail. Hit the rail. Efren's the master of putting mass in because he has that type stroke that lends itself to that.
How do you develop such a stroke?
Well, this has even come close to what he's developed here, stroke and technique-wise.
Tied again at 15 games apiece.
He made the wing ball that time. The one ball rimmed the pocket. Look at this kiss. He's risk, so he may as well go down playing offense. Plays. And nice.
Well, again, verbal mode. He took time to compose himself, to get his bearings.
Yes, opportunity.
Back in the lead, Earl Strickland.
Frozen, and the energy passes right through them real freely. You got the one on the side. 9's hitting there.
See to it that everything is in tip.
Think of the number of racks broken and run out throughout this match. I think
And we're only in the first night.
rack on the break, even with the best players in the world, they scratch 13% of the time. They
Really?
commit a foul, yeah.
So in trying to bring the sport of pool and billiards to Filipino homes and Asian homes at that. And we've,
And, I spent a month there, and you certainly have a together TV crew. They came in at the last minute and did it absolutely. It's a pleasure to work with total professionals.
we're a bit.
I don't know if Earl's hit this hard. And he just executed it masterfully. He took a page right out of Efren's playbook on the safety portion of the game. And this is going to be tough for Efren to generate much here. It looks like he may have to. He's lining something up. He's going to try to kick 2 rails and bring the cue ball on top of the 7 and hopefully get fortunate by blocking it at the 6. Soft speed. Wow. Wow. Absolute fantastic. And I think he'll make one or the other.
Got it.
Maybe both.
Out of Efren as far as telling you how like it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you're making your mark and they be able to appreciate the game more.
More difficult than the shots because
True.
you're having to control two balls as opposed to just make one and control the cue ball. And this is what Efren does so well.
With the ability of these two players. Look at this.
You know, Earl kicked to make that ball. The ball actually ended up right in the mouth of the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
5 ball back into the pocket that he just played the 2 ball. And alignment, the 6 ball. Nice firm. Not. Oh, he hit that a little heavy. But now that ball may not fall.
Mm-hmm. And again, Efren makes sure that
Cash lay down on the table, and I'd never seen so much money. It actually covers the entire table, and there's
Really?
quite a bit of chunk of money left over. Strax out in the middle of the table and left himself a pretty good shot on the 1. Now he shot played, or a 2-rail safety shot played. Stopped the 2-rail safety shot. Stopped the cue ball magnificently. We always used to just kick hard and try to hit it and maybe get lucky and make something, and Efren taught us a new way. Oh, tremendous shot. Tremendous shot. Able to tackle here. The big problem that comes in this rack is going to be transitioning from the 4 to the 5. The 5 is near the 8. They hit that very smoothly. Hit it out.
bring this on, Mark.
Well, it needs to be about in the same place the 4 ball is now. Back to the center of the table. We're going to see a 3 cushion. Tremendous shot. He's just slightly off angle on 6. I think he's going to come around the table again. Yeah, 3 cushions. We'll be checking his speed here.
Trying to bring to narrow the gap to just 2 games. It stands at 19-16 in favor of Strickland. 19-17.
Tremendous break. Tremendous bad luck to get kissed. That's a near for sure win for Strickland, and with his dynamic break, it could cost 2 or 3 games. Something that was completely out.
I'm certainly very disappointed with his turn of fate as far as
It's kind of mumbling in between shots, and this is not that unusual with him. He's kind of a temperamental guy, and sometimes even the routine things become hard when he's agitated.
the crowd here at Ridgeway. Earl mumbling under his breath, and I can't help thinking that maybe he might be getting affected by what he perceives to be. Again, the break has not.
Here's one. Definitely not predicting. He's made a foul, just a poke at it, and that there was nothing more that he could do. But he's definitely Efren's a little more calculating. Earl, conversely, sometimes he costs himself some games from where other people would have maybe that naturally fits his style, and he does very well. You know, but he definitely takes. nice cut shot. Have to go left-handed to magnify the difficulty. He's using bottom. And when you have to swing that, I missed the shot, so it was a tremendous shot.
And the goal to Efren as he has evened up the match at 19 games apiece.
The balls are the most interesting to watch is the corner ball, the 4 ball, which is light, as well as the 1 ball. And not the
Of scratches at this point.
Yeah, he's had a couple bad kisses. That time it was his fault. He hit the rack a little bit off center, and that's what allowed. There's another tremendous shot. That was much more difficult than. There was. And a very nice execution on the 8. And it was slightly elevated over the 9. Recollection.
Right.
And he's trying a new tactic here. They made it. Pushing it out. 4-7 right there in the corner pocket and banking the 1 ball back down table. And he's executed absolutely. Correct, but this is going to require some doing. He had the mass A out of there, and he made an excellent attempt at that. And you see the cue ball. Now there's a fair chance we're going to see a 5-9. Come in toward the 5 ball.
That's a characteristic of Efren's. Also marks the line that he wants to.
It aids him in perfection. Well done. Back across the table to the same side that the cue ball's now on. Avoid letting that cue ball get on the cushion. You have to elevate their cue. I think he's going to play the 6 ball in the side pocket and use a little backspin and just drift the cue ball across the table. You can see he's a little bit off balance. Not going to be nearly as close to the 8 as he would have liked. Oh, he hit it very nicely. Dead center on the pocket.
Efren Reyes takes the upper hand.
Overhit your break and compensate, and that generally doesn't result in good results from that. Takes you a little out of your game.
He's hit
a tremendous break, but it looks like he's going to come up a little dry.
in favor of Earl Strickland.
Efren has come to the table having to face a push-out situation. This is a situation that only occurs right after foul committing player. Earl tried a very difficult shot and well, okay, we got a little. Efren fought off the difficulty to negotiate either. 6 and loaded up the cue ball with inside spin to bring the cue ball in between the 6 and 7, either a combination or a safety play. Chose the extremely.
Efren Reyes.
Okay, we're back.
Score standing at 23-22 in favor of Earl Strickland and Efren Reyes with the break.
Call the push out. He's taking a foul. I had very good uses. Efren was forced into a wide open offensive posture. He inadvertently made the 3 ball. And that's a shot, the very same shot that Strickland on those shots. Oh, his cue ball speed's got to be. No, he chose to play offense. Tried to kick the ball in and there's a nice.
This time of play, you can't be too greedy.
No, and I think you can see that accuracy of these guys. At that point, once that pocketing is diminished slightly, then tactics become all the more important. I'm saying most of the experts feel that Efren does possess an advantage in that situation. It's yet to be seen, but one thing's for sure, that Efren has never really lost in a protracted battle. So often, and you're playing right into his hand if you can give him ball in hand from the break. Ball in hand situation. He's held on the same rail the cue ball does now. Oh, what a shot. What a tremendous shot.
Yeah, it's more than close.
That's a tremendous shot to get the Q-tip out of the way and hit the ball that hard.
When you get to this level, Mark, is there any possibility?
While the balls never lay exact, especially at this level, no. I think they handle everything pretty well. Pocketing is diminished some from the first half of the match. Okay, the ball he's trying to make is the right-handed red 3 ball. One that went to the side, rimmed the pocket, stayed out. Made a nice opening shot.
Well, one thing for sure.
No, it's definitely been worth.
Game for Earl Strickland.
Okay, the wing ball went in for Earl as well as the 9 ball. And
He certainly made short work of that.
so Earl now has a 1-game lead.
Biggest advantage, that's what it is.
Oh, here's a very nice shot. His opponent access easy route to the object ball.
Ooh.
There at all. And he made a nice shot. Off speed, allowed it to hug the rail. There was a nice kill shot. That's maximum spin, but minimum force, so the cue ball doesn't slide to the right too much on that little bit of angle that he had. We saw 3 balls this round, and that's part of the experience you're talking about. He shoots the ball so that the pockets can... And he's taken a very difficult rack and made it look or appear fairly simple.
Efren Reyes ties up the count again.
Lost the cue ball again, and no, he had a couple times it was misfortune, but and I think he may be striving too hard to try to get. It's. Semblance of rhythm coming back to Earl's game.
Reminiscent of that big run he had earlier on.
Moved out off the rail, which is a mistake. Nearly scratched. In fact, he did scratch, and as well as the wing ball's been flying in from over there. You know, it's amazing myself. Sometimes at home I practice with my wife, and if she misses one with the ball hand, I'll look at her and I say, well, sometimes the proficiency that Efren hits those balls, just enough speed, just the right spin, the cue ball just gets to the right, just so awed by his talent. It's like how you see a great artist.
Amazes one. This, you're witness to it here.
This is not that he hasn't worked hard in addition to that, but
we're tied again.
Okay, Reyes is set to break. The score is tied, 26 apiece. We're going to 35 total wins tonight. I heard a tremendous crash, but I didn't go behind the 9. Yeah, 2 real kick. And it needed to be struck hard because when you come off of that, a lot of the power out of the cue ball. But when he hit the cue ball so hard, it sunk the rubber in so deep that the cue ball came off. It's made an excellent shot. Absolutely. Once again, he displays his shot-making skills, and that's what makes for great matches.
Once again.
Okay, Earl's gone to the side break again. He's looking at the 3 and the 1. 3 did not go. 1 did not go. He played the carom shot. Played it safe. He made a tremendous hit on the 1 ball. That was not easy. Foul on that shot. He's pocketing 17. And we've even seen Efren struggle with some of the difficult long shots. Conversely, we've seen Earl struggle with position a little bit more than we've seen.
Straight for
much grab. By that I mean the side spin on the cue ball did not grab at all, and it let it lengthen out off that rail. Rarely will you see a scratch on that shot in that corner pocket. Going as freely and the positions aren't coming as easily. Efren really took something off the break there. He deliberately tried to preclude a scratch by comparison to the others. It's just that the player he's playing against has such a dynamic.
And that has caused him to take some tentative breaks, especially in the latter part of this game,
Right.
this match.
Beyond that, Earl's won probably 6 or 7 games where Efren didn't even get. He's such a pure shooter. His nations are dramatically reduced versus pocketing ball straight in. Playing.
Again, he's making a big run here. And looking at him, seems as if he doesn't even ponder it, the shot, just going at it.
Yeah. He definitely. But I know that both these guys would dearly love to have the lead and then kind of have a little feel for the setup that we have here. And mentally, they're going to be used to maybe some of the casual mistakes, the few that have occurred. Had to curve the cue ball, and he hit it very well. But it's such a difficult shot that even though you hit it well, you might. With the cue ball in relationship to his object balls. Little back.
Well, these guys are not letting up.
The rail so he can make an easy position here. Just roll the 8 ball in, let the cue ball come on down table. Direction was natural, so all you had to do was control the speed. Extremely well executed. Wasn't happy with the outcome of that soft break. He went back to his power. A 1 ball. Moved the 3 up by the 6. And he double kissed it. He certainly didn't mean to double kiss the cue ball. He was trying to hit the 3 is very makeable. Byproduct of slightly overcutting the 3 ball. You're going to have to hit a little hard. Used follow. Extremely well executed. We only use topspin about a fourth of the time, so you're never as efficient nor confident with that stroke. Maybe striving to make the 4 or the 1 here. He's achieved neither. Amongst the very best. Anything less than the very best is even a higher degree of failure rate.
Imagine.
1 leg up in the air. He's executed up to 2. It's just a question of whether he makes it. It's hard to make. He's only going to make it about a third of the time. And he definitely hit it. Giving a little commentary here, freeing us up to relax.
With that, for this match.
He's a good player himself.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. It's made a nice save. Stop the cue ball behind. He can hit it. He had to play a save. Anything positive. He's made a tremendous hit. But, the speed precludes. One of his patented. Yeah, we made a nice stroke. Efren ready to break. Notice the tremendous follow through he gets on these breaks, Ed. You know, the reason for the tremendous follow through is this. Seems like he's back in his best rhythm.
That's correct. This is the way he was playing when he...
Well, this kid's a fighter, and I told you, he definitely has that. I truly feel that his big opponent is not Efren Reyes, but it's going to be himself.
28 in favor of Earl Strickland.
And this is truly what we took.
Or not here.
This is what makes him his opponent access to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, he's just going right at it.
I don't think it's going to be a difficult one for him. I think he made it look easy.
Yeah.
Occur. Yeah, that's a good. Looked like you might be shooting a bowling ball with a thimble.
Efren Reyes now down.
Well, the shot that he tried to play it safe, and it was a very difficult safe, and he hit it awfully well. Now we see something new here. We see a little momentum back. To give him a chance to get up here and get his arm loosened up a little bit and get back in command of the table.
For a moment there, we thought, seems like Efren Reyes has other ideas.
Yeah, he gets to have a little say in that.
Mm-hmm.
We're ready for game 64. You got a little top spin on the cue ball, second consecutive time. Fine, long in the 3 in the corner. For Efren. This is the difference right here. It does force the ball around with a good shot. Or Efren is on angle all the time, so the cue care into that to make sure the cue ball located itself in the proper place. It's not about the shot they're on.
Masterful execution there by
Break area is that when somebody has break a lot there, it gets awful warm. It's hard to control. Plus, it diminishes the amount of power that you get into the rack when there's a bounce to the cue ball. Tremendous shot. It's for defense. Looks like he's playing offense. Tremendous shot. And now Efren has taken a page right out of Earl's playbook and come back at him with 3 consecutive breaker runouts.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic pool.
Oh, yeah.
One ball went in the side pocket. It's a very difficult shot, but when you've been at the table.
Well, looking.
That tip, that 16th of an inch that I told you can't allow. And it cost him. And nicely executed two-rail position shot. Okay,
One game away.
That was lovely. Another tremendous break. That's a tremendous. They're holding their composure.
They're certainly going at it now.
Okay. Earl giving a little soliloquy here on the end of this rack. What a tremendous